Same Goffstown team we always know. They're going to come out. They're going to be well disciplined. They're going to be well organized. They're going to be a physical team, but not a dirty team. They're going to be hard nosed. They're going to come at us. They're going to dodge. They're going to re-dodge. They're going to play good, tough defense. They're going to come out and get on our hands. They're going to challenge us for every ground ball. Those type of games can make you nervous as a coach because that's effort. And in a high school game, a lot of times you can be the better skilled team, but a team that just does not want, has the will to win and just does not want to lose, that can buy you a bunch of goals.
I think that their offense is going to be better. I think they're going to be better all around. I think they have a different face-off guy, so that'll be an interesting battle. We were working on that today. It's been like an hour. We had a face-off guy come in, and we worked on that. So I think that is going to be a good challenge for us, and then we just have to be ready to match up one-on-one against their guys and play good fundamental defense, and I think then we'll be rolling.
They're definitely a different team than they were earlier on. Like, I've seen some footage, I've talked with a couple of their guys, and they are a much different team than they were at the beginning of the season. But another good point to that being later on in the season is that we're a different team as well.
This time it's going to be a little different because we're going to have Avery. Avery's not injured, and Jacob Colton, he's not sick, so that's going to be huge. I think we'll be able to do just fine, and I feel like we'll match up well against them.
Reality was, I think the weather did play a little bit of a part. I think we let off the accelerator a little bit going into the second half. That's when they started to make their comeback, and we had a pretty commanding, 7-1 lead. I think if a couple things were different, I think weather's a big one. I'm not sure if Avery was playing in that game. I don't think he was. So that's a little bit different. We have a little more confidence in Avery over his 4 years of starting. Cap played a great game. He stepped in, but having a senior leader like Avery back there is very ensuring. So that could cause for a different result as well.
I think that's the thing that would be easy to fall into that trap right now and say, oh, they've got two guys. We just shut those two guys down. They've had a season to build chemistry, and if you watch film, which I have, they have found each other off ball. They know what each other are doing. They know that, okay, when Griffin and Nick are drawing all this attention, we've got to get ourselves open. We've got to contribute because it's kind of like our team. We said in the beginning of the season, if it's the John and Johnny show, we're not going very far this season, and our other guys are bought in, and so have them, and that's why they're so successful right now.
We got to set the tempo of the game. That's basically what we need to do to win this game. If we can get our style of play going, I think we'll be just fine. Because I trust in our offense, and I definitely trust in our defense with how we've been playing this year. Offense struggled a little bit, but we got it all figured out now at this point in the season.
I mean, we expect them to go out and push transition a lot. They have a big guy that they'll throw the ball down to him on the clears, and he'll run it. So we just got to get our numbers in and make sure everybody's covered, and then hopefully when he comes down, or if he even gets down, we stop ball and we number up and we get our matchups, and we take advantage that he's hopefully going to try to bull dodge, and we get the ball on the ground and we go the other way. I think what we've done so great this year is been able to get the ball on the ground, and then our game is transition. I mean, we have great 6-on-6 offense, but a transition is really the way we've been able to put teams away this year.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a good challenge. I think all of us collectively as a unit defensively are going to have to step up. We need to attack it like everyone can score and everyone can shoot. So, of course, we're going to key on those two players, but everyone's got to be moving, everyone's got to be talking, and I think that's what we were trying to get done in practice today. We'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll continue that on to Wednesday.
I told the guys before today's practice, it had a feel of kind of like Wyndham last year, where we could get caught in a trap of, okay, we didn't have Avery in net. We only had Jacob Skolton for a quarter and a half. Yeah, we're going to win this game. We won the first time. Why wouldn't we win again? Completely different season. They've gotten better, we've gotten better, and we need to come in there ready to go. I think we will.
We basically call it our home field, so I mean, we're playing at home on Wednesday against Goffstown, so we're pumped up and super excited to possibly make a final run at the championship this year and make it four. So
My first time going to Stellos was actually watching Derryfield win a state championship, so it's good to be back there. Brings back so many memories to the past seasons, and definitely a mindset, not a destination.
I think that for a lot of the older guys, we're used to this. We've been here before. We know exactly how to handle it, how to treat it like a normal game, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what game it is or how big of a game it is. It's just the game, and you have to focus on that. So as long as we keep the younger guys motivated and understanding that it is just focus on the game, don't worry about the crowd, don't worry about the outcome of whatever happens, just focus on the game, then I think we should be all set.
It's a big stage. I think our class was actually like the first ones not to play the championship at Stellos, so we don't fully have that whole mentality wrapped up into it, but we understand that no matter where it is, like we're still trying to play our best. And it's just like I said today in the huddle that we were going home, like our home away from home. So that's what it is to us. It's just reiterating that fact, and then once we get in the locker room, I'm sure all the juices will be firing. So I'm really excited.
I think it's just staying positive. I mean, we have a good amount of younger guys that actually play in the game, so if they make a mistake, I'm right there with them. I'm sure I'll make a mistake in the game. I'm sure Max is going to make a mistake. And we're just going to look past that and, say, hey, we're on to the next play. I think what we do well as a team is we try to have that Bill Belichick mindset is we're on to the next one. We're on to Goffstown, after we finish that St. Thomas game. And we're on to the next play in this upcoming semifinal game.
I don't think the moment's going to be too big for any of those guys out there. The majority of the guys, like you said, have been there before. And, I think of guys like Chaz Dean, Henry Howe, who's been thrust into a bigger role, Matt Weimer. Those guys are ready for this. They've played in those big games that we've had this season, and they've also played outside in travel leagues and different things where they're used to playing at that level. There'll be a few guys. I might have some conversations with some of the younger guys, maybe a Ryan Etzo, maybe a Connor O'Brien who's going to be facing off with us, and just say, deep breath, relax, get that first ground ball, make that first catch, look, keep your feet moving, those type of, do the little things, right? That's the advice that I usually give the kids before big games is kind of do something simple to get yourself into the game and feel it, and then know that, hey, this is just like any other game.
But I know I love playing at Stellos. It's a great venue. Always seem to get great weather when we're playing there, and it's just a different atmosphere. I think that our class is like one of the last classes that I don't know, just really had this connection with Stellos. Even though we didn't have any of our championships there, we still understood it from the 3 grades that were above us, from when we were freshmen. So it means a lot to us.
We just have to make them realize it's the same game. Nothing's changed. There might be more people there, but you just got to play your game. Simple as that.
I don't really know, because by the time we got to practice on Wednesday, we were all kind of calmed down. But for me, I was just amping to go. I was doing everything I needed to prepare for the game. And then I get the text, and I thought it was a joke at first. I'm like, why would you send this as a joke? This isn't funny. And then then I was like, why is it postponed? And he said because of thunderstorms, which I didn't really ever see happen. But that's okay. It was a little weird, but hey, we roll with it. So.
My energy dropped from 100% to 0%. I was just in no mood to practice. I was in the mood. I was so ready for a game that when I found out that there wasn't a game, I was just very depressed about it. I was eager to get out there and get going.
I was happy that we had an extra day, but I was a little upset because I wanted to play then and there because I was so ready to play. I liked the extra rest, but mentally I was zoned in.
I was kind of mad about it because I was getting myself ready throughout the day. Got a nice sleep, got rested, went to bed early the night before, went shooting in the morning, so I was ready to play. And to get that call midday that we were just gonna have practice was slightly disappointing because I was all geared up, and I think a lot of the guys were too. But I don't know. I think the extra day of practice proved to be beneficial. We had to get more familiar with with Goffstown as the opponent, and then eventually execute the game plan last night. So overall, I think having the game postponed didn't end up mattering all that much.
My first reaction is I thought they were doing it too soon. That I think we should have waited a little bit longer. But as the day went on, I said, you know what, there's a good opportunity for some of my guys who are a little bit banged up to have an extra day of rest. Feel a bit more comfortable about what we want to do. So wasn't entirely disappointed. The only thing is it makes the championship game tomorrow a little bit more condensed. But it's condensed for both teams. So in the great scheme of things, I think it worked out in our favor and gave us a little opportunity to get even healthier going into the semifinals.
It depends. I mean, I like to think that sometimes I can turn it on and off, but I mean, I really do have kind of like a routine, especially going into the playoff games, just relaxing and getting everything ready. So it did mess with that a little bit, and doing that 2 days in a row is a little weird, but I mean, good athletes should be able to overcome that, and I think we all were able to, so I think that was good.
It's definitely a slower start, but once you get that gut momentum going, that feeling of getting out there and just conquering whatever's going to be on the field, you're just ready. So it may take a little bit longer in the day to get to that point, but once I was there, I was ready for the game.
It was a little bit difficult, but got to work through it. Adversity happens. We were able to come out with a great win, which I was not expecting to be a game like that. So I think I was able to perform and everybody else was able to perform, and we've just really been gelling as a team.
Jacob Schulten. At midfield, number 16, Matt Weimer, Gunner Senator. At midfield, number 23, Connor O'Brien. At midfield, number 34, Henry Howe. And in goal.
Here we go, White! Let's get it, Connor!
You've worked hard right now. They'll give you the seat.
I think our ball movement the other day was exceptional. I think that we did throw it away a couple of times. I threw a pretty bad pass away, but we had really great ball movement. Our transition was really good. I think they might have only gotten one transition goal, and it was kind of a fluke of a goal, really. I should have made the save. But then our transition in the other direction, clearing, I felt our clears were fantastic. I think we were at least 90% on the day for clears.
We were able to cause turnovers and run transition, simple as that. We didn't really run a lot of our plays because we didn't really need to. So when you're running in transition and they're not set, and we have a team like we have who loves to run and gun, we're able to do big things and finish shots like we were.
Although they won the majority of the faceoffs in that first quarter, half-ish, I think when we got the ball, we really controlled possession. We took decently long possessions, but we knew when to push in transition at the right times as well. Pushing in transition, we can wear a team down. Running our offense, moving the ball around, we can wear a team down on defense. So for a team like Goffstown, who maybe wasn't all that deep, but they had a lot of athletes. That was part of our game plan, just, kind of wear them down a little bit as the game went on. But I think we really locked it down on defense to the point where we weren't getting gassed, and on offense we were doing our job as well. So we really got to take advantage of maybe not winning as many faceoffs as we're used to.
I thought we did a really good job of settling in on 6-on-6 defense. We figured some things out. We recognized that one of their players, number 11, was a tough matchup for us. Adjusted to it, slid a little bit earlier to him. At times we shut him off. We weren't going to be able to do that all game long, so we had to adjust our style of defense throughout the game. But I thought in that first quarter we weathered the storm. They came out hot, and we kind of knew. We kind of said, number 11 is going to try and take this team on his back and try and win it there. And he almost did in the first quarter. I mean, he had 2 shots that rang off the pipe. I think Avery got one, and one rang heavy off the pipe. If either one of those go, maybe it's a different feel of the game. They're getting a little more confidence. But then our guys were able to take their mistakes and turn them into transition and push transition.
I think the first quarter was a good quarter. We were able to lock down on defense, and I made a mistake in one of their Nick Mason scored for them, their number 11, which is their main matchup. But so that was just figuring that out. Other than that, though, we were able to match their intensity, and I think we were a little more intense than them, especially in that first quarter. And I think that carried out through the rest of the game. So I was glad that we were able to come out, be strong, and play our game. I think we played.
Basically, I saw the ball hit the ground. Saw one guy behind me, so took the ball with one hand. Then the next thing I did was turn around, look at the clock, saw that there were 6 seconds left, and just full-on sprint. Had 1 minute to beat. He was coming at me at a bad angle. Knew I could easily take him. Just ran right by him. Then one-on-one with the goalie, and I finished that, I'd say, 9 times out of 10.
Shoot it!
Same goal differential, same kind of feeling. This time it wasn't cold and snowy and rainy. But I think in the back of everyone's mind, we knew that they have the potential to make a comeback if we don't step on their throat and finish out the game. I think we knew what we really had to do coming in those next 2 quarters. We executed our plan. So all good things.
It was the first thing I said to the guys. Now, I said it because I needed them to understand that this game was not over and we had to keep playing. But in the back of my mind, this game had a much different feel to it. We had our starting goalie, we had our entire starting defense. Our offense has had an entire year to come together and build chemistry. That first game of the year, we had all kinds of things we were kind of battling through and getting through, not being entirely healthy, not having our full starting lineup, having brand new guys playing new positions on the field. The chemistry felt different last night, the way everybody was working with each other. So, it wanted to make sure that they knew the game wasn't over, but it had a different feel to it.
I had flashbacks to both Portsmouth and to the Goffstown game beginning of the season, and I was like, that can't happen again. So we just tried to come out with more energy again in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and then it just kept building upon that. And I think that was what we were trying to do. And I think we executed that very well. And if you see earlier in the season, we had a lot of games where we were up, and then we let the team come back. And I was glad that we overcame that and showed that we can also keep that lead with a good team like Goffstown.
We've had this situation 3 times in the past years. We had it against Goffstown at first this season. We had it against Wyndham last year in the same game, and then this year against Portsmouth. So we know now that a 6-point lead does not mean anything. So we have to keep the energy going. We have to keep the foot on the gas, and that was what was just reiterated over and over again.
If we get 2 goals quick right off the bat, which we did, then that game was over. And the second we did that, I knew the game was over. Because 1, it's okay, they still can come back, but the second one is demoralizing, and we were able to do that quite efficiently.
Six-headed dragon right now on offense. So we got if someone's getting the heavy slide, someone's getting a pole as a matchup. I mean, there are 2 shorties on the field at all times on defense. So you got a short stick, you got to take advantage of your matchup. Even if we got a pole, we're dodging to distribute. So I don't know. It's really hard to scout us now because of the younger guys really stepping up, like Henry, Weimer, Chaz, and it's not really relying on Johnny Mack, myself, and some other older guys on the offensive end.
They've gotten back where they want to be. They have a chance to do something really special. Either way, I mean, the group, they will graduate as the all-time, regardless of the outcome tomorrow, they will graduate as the all-time winningest class in Derryfield history. You know, they have a chance to set the bar extremely high as far as state titles, one that can only be matched after that. But, you know, they've accomplished so much. And, you know, I hope things go well tomorrow, and I expect things to go well tomorrow, but one game doesn't define their career.
Stepping off the field today for practice was weird. Like it was my last time I'm ever gonna be playing on this field for any organized sport, realistically. So that was definitely different. That was a strange feeling to feel. But you know, getting excited for tomorrow. We've been there before, and it's just really a matter of getting the younger guys who maybe haven't been in our position before to be ready for this game.
I'm relaxed. I know freshman year, when I was going to the championship game, I was really nervous and freaking out and whatnot. But the seniors were able to, they've been there before, they'd lost the championship before, so they were relaxed and good to go. And I think we're in the same spot right now that, as Hed said at the end of practice, like we've done this before, we know what we're doing, versus when it kind of has never been in this situation before. So it's just rolling with that and trusting the preparation that we've done, not only over just this year, but over the 4 years as seniors, getting ready for this moment and being in this moment before. And now that we're leaders, or seniors on the team, trusting each other and trusting the other players. And I think that's where we're at right now, and I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm fired up to get out there one last time, put on the Derryfield uniform, play at Eustis, a place where you look forward to being at the end of every season, playing against a good team like Winnicott. So it should be a good test all the way around, and It'd be also an awesome way to end my Derryfield career with the win and a four-peat for the championship. But we all recognize it's going to be a hard-fought game all the way through, and anything can really happen. So we're going to go out there, play the best lacrosse we can, but hopefully we end up with the W.
The one thing that I really want to bring up before the game tomorrow is, who are you winning this game for? The people that support you or the people that you're trying to prove wrong? Because you're going to hear the fans on the other team being loud, and the other team's probably going to be talking trash the entire game. And it's not a matter of getting in there and, you know, proving the guy wrong that shoved you down and shooting one over him that misses in that, or maybe it hits. It's a matter of proving the ones that have been supporting you the whole time you've been playing right. So that's the message I want to get across for the guys tomorrow.
I'm a little nervous, but nerves are always good. Got to get the adrenaline going. Every single time I think about it, I have the adrenaline going. But we've been there before. This team has not been there before, or the other team has not been there before, so we should be more prepared than they are. And I feel like we know what we need to do. The team is 100% ready. Today was just basically a walkthrough for practice, and I think we should be good tomorrow, or good for tomorrow. Feel like we have matchups all set up, and I feel like we're definitely going to take it home.